Alright, welcome back everybody to Super Metroid Escape 2. And this video is one where the worst thing in this hack is, unfortunately. So, I cut most of that out, so hooray for post-editing for once. And then after that, I had even more fun and stuff. Anyway. At this point, Neko was insistent I head back to Nature Caves and explore a room. A one-by-one room that I guess was very suspicious, and it's an interesting way of hiding things, I will say. I was looking for on the map. It's in the bottom. I don't think I quite have been in it yet. No, I haven't been in it. But it's not too far from the warp elevator. Basically down where all the green stuff is on the bottom. Which, I know, pointing at the screen, that's really helping you right now. But otherwise, I'm like, I can look around and see things. How wonderful. Because maps are very useful. They are. Which is why I almost removed them in all my hacks. Because maps are too useful. I don't want you to know where you're going. So yeah, I mean, other than this room. Okay, so the room is like a Morph Ball maze, a terrible Morph Ball maze lover's dream. Because it is awful and hideous in every way possible. And it reminds me greatly of Golden Dawn, because it seems like something that would be in Golden Dawn, or Dependence, which was the, I guess, prequel to Golden Dawn. So, the one thing I could say about it is at least it was not in a blue room. So, at least there's that. But otherwise, yeah. There's not much to say. And again, Morph Ball mazes are alright. They do offer a change of pace. So, there is that. But the one coming up, don't ever make them like that, please. Oh yeah, another energy tank here. Again, this one was out in the open as well, although this one could easily be missed if someone just doesn't take grapple or space jump to get up here. And you probably could IBJ up here, but the waivers in this room respawn, so that makes it really, really difficult to do it. If you did the like double bomb jump IBJ, then you would have probably a pretty good chance of doing it. But otherwise, you're not quite getting that until you have grapple or space jump. So again, back through this room. Because we love these things. And hybrids. But yeah, going through rooms over and over. And I almost fell in there. It really isn't a big deal. As long as, it's always a caveat, as long as it's not difficult to get through. I know I said that before, probably 5 times before in this video series, but it bears repeating. So this door is open now. We beat Kraid. It's obviously not from defeating Spore Spawn because, well, that didn't happen. Wonderful bluiness, and I believe this is the room. Yes, this room. So, this is interesting. I destroyed something in the ceiling there. If you caught it, which I didn't catch it the first time. So, I'm just like, Neko told me to shoot a super at the ceiling, or in the room. It's like, well, that did nothing. That was amazing there. So, just in case, I decided to go back in and see if that would do anything. Or I guess, yeah. I noticed the enemy exploding that time. So you can, if you have any idea of how these blocks work, you can kind of guess that would happen at that point. It's an interesting way of hiding things. I'm not completely against it. There is absolutely no hint for it whatsoever. You can't bomb and see that, oh hey, these are enemy breakable. And this is the worst room, by the way. So we just cut that out because it is atrocious. Literally. And for that, we get X-ray scope. Now, we just did the worst thing in the hack. X-ray is still very useful. I know some people said this hack is pretty much unbeatable without it. But you have to go through the worst conglomeration of stupidly placed hidden morph maze tiles ever. So, yeah. No. Don't ever do this, people. Ever. I will be very angry with you. So yeah, I literally cut out, I believe, 5 minutes. It may have been even longer than that. And don't destroy your googly eye. You need them. But really, I spent that long in that maze. I just cut it out because there's no point. It was really... Like, if I had X-ray before, then that would not make it good, but it would at least been somewhat more tolerable. Which would have been just about zero tolerability for that. So if you take X-ray away... no. What are you thinking? Bad. Bad hack maker. Don't do that. Okay, so besides that, we go from something atrocious to me being terrible at remembering things. Because I didn't quite cut this out entirely, I just sped it up. So, you get to see all my amazing failures. Although, thankfully, it is somewhat sped up. So there's that. But coming up is a, Science Spark puzzle? That's what I was looking for. It's... Again, the Shine Spark thing, that depends on the player. This one, it's this room. And so this is a pretty good room to sort of teach you. So the item's up there. And I'm like, oh, well, that was amazing. So yeah, I do some very silly things. Just like I cut a lot out getting to a plasma beam. There was a lot in this that I was not very good at. And up there's the last bit. And this is my fault entirely. I completely just derped my way once I got up there. Because I had to morph to get Plasma Beam. And up there, eventually I will get there, I promise. Just very slowly and badly. So yeah, up there. You see a 2-block wide gap. So I'm like, well... I obviously have to get this just about pixel perfect to fit through that. Which, maybe you can, I don't know. I don't actually do it. Spoilers. I forgot you can morph in Shine Spark, which will give you plenty of room. And from morphing, you can still use L and R, go up and down while in Morph Ball form. Yeah, I could have totally had that item. I just gave up because I was stupid. I almost do that later too, until I finally remember it's like, oh, right, I could have just morphed. Still wasn't enough to make me go back and get this item, but yeah, Shine Spark puzzles. That's how they work, with controllable Shine Spark. And honestly, it's not a bad puzzle. I mean, there was a lot more margin for error in that room than, say, the thing for Plasma being quote-unquote early. So, I can't fault that puzzle at all. It was well made. And I'm just bad at Metroid. So anyway, back to the hack at hand with X-Ray. I know some people said that this hack, you pretty much have to get X-Ray because, like it seems with a lot of other hacks, it's like they make it so the main paths are just obscure. They're just this random thing in the middle of nowhere you have to find. Therefore, it makes having to get X-Ray a must. And then, of course, X-Ray is hidden like it was behind the worst of all the rooms and a completely hidden spot that you can't uncover with bombs or power bombs or anything like that. So, yeah. That was just a conglomeration of what in the world.